What's up everybody, Subaru WRX fan here for another review. This is of course the 2004 Subaru WRX STi. Me being a WRX fan, many of you have wanted to see a review of this car, so I'm glad I'm finally be able to bring it to you courtesy of Harrison Auto Sales. Very much appreciate them hooking me up with this car. It's obviously, this is a daily driver. This one has 89,000 miles on it, so it's a little rough around the edges, a little dinged up, but that just shows that it's been loved and enjoyed. So, you know, this one has a lot of aftermarket modifications on it as well. So this has the front mount intercooler that you can see there that is just massive. So of course this is now non-functional, but it still looks cool. I'm glad they left it and didn't put a boring stock Impreza hood on here. Otherwise, you know, it has a front lip here. You have these rims. You know, it's a good looking car from the factory, so you don't really need to do a whole lot to these to make them look good. And the nice thing about these is they're coming down in price, you know, so you can get one of these really cheap and still have a ton of fun. Obviously, you know already that I'm probably going to enjoy this car considering I'm a Subaru WRX fan, but it's actually been a few years since I drove one of these, and I've never driven a 2004, I've only driven a 2006. And of course, the back end of these cars is iconic, it's famous. Everyone knows it. You have this massive, massive wing here that could function as a coat rack. It's pretty big, and it's, you know, it gives the car an unmistakable look though. I mean, you always know these when you're following behind them, you know, as an STi. So you either love it or you hate this wing. Obviously, it's easy to remove, so a lot of people do choose to take it off. I think it looks cool though, I like it. You know, it's a great look. Otherwise, you know, the back end on these, you have the basic taillights. This person debadged it, so it doesn't say Subaru here, you just have the STi badge. This one has, you know, some aftermarket stuff down, so it has a Megan Racing catback system here with carbon fiber cover to kind of protect the bumper there, and yeah, it's a simple but great looking back end. This car is very boxy in its side profile and in the back and the front, everything's very boxy, but you know, this is an Impreza that's hopped up, so I mean, this is an economy car, you expect it to kind of look like this. Right, so the interior of this car, once again, this is a 2004 Subaru Impreza interior essentially. I mean, it's got some go fast bits in it and stuff, but I mean, basically this is an economy car, so it feels kind of cheap. You know, the plastics are all very cheap feeling. Door panels, you know, pretty cheap. This is Alcantara seats here that are, you know, somewhat grippy, but I think whenever Subaru brought the STi to America, they assumed that the owners would be larger than the Japanese owners, so these seats are pretty wide, don't actually grip me a whole lot. I can kind of do a dance while I'm in these seats, and so they're not the most supportive seats, which is kind of an upset because this car handles so well, you wish you had seats that actually grabbed you, and these ones don't. Otherwise, you have very cool electroluminescent gauges in this car that, you know, illuminate bright orange all the time, and it's a really great gauge cluster with a tachometer right in the middle. You have the shift light and the buzzer and all that kind of stuff that goes on. You have the diff control display up here, which will tell you where the torque split's going in this car, and the steering wheel is obviously just for the STi, and it's a nice wheel. It's not extremely thick, but it has a great feel to it. I really like the way it looks. It's a great wheel. Otherwise, though, as far as practicality is concerned, I mean, this is a four-door car, so you have some room back there, but as far as storage pockets go, it's basically non-existent. So you have, you know, a little cigarette ashtray kind of thing here. You have a tiny little map pocket here. You have a minuscule little something that resembles a cup holder. It's not an actual cup holder because I don't know any bottles that would fit in there, but you do have another cup holder up here that you know, you can fit something bigger in. And otherwise though, I mean, it's all manual controls for the air conditioning, and that's about all that's there. This one doesn't have the factory head unit. This is a brand new head unit. It's touchscreen. It's better than the head unit in my BRZ. This is a really sweet head unit. It's made by Pioneer and it works really well. But yeah, I mean, you have this little pocket here to put some stuff in, but I mean, there's nowhere to really store anything in this car. But I don't think that would be a big complaint among the owners. It's still a great car. I mean, for having almost 90,000 miles, the interior's held up really well. It still looks really great, and it's pretty good. The sound system I haven't tested out yet, so I'll let you know how that is in a minute. Alright, so let's take this car for a little drive and see how it does. Now this car, as you might be able to hear, has a Megan Racing catback system, and you know, the front mount intercooler, this also has a pair-in blow-off valve, so you'll hear a lot of whooshy sounds and exhaust. It'll be nice and loud. I have the GoPro in the back, so you can hear that really well. Sounds so cool, doesn't it? the WRX. It's just so cool. Leaving the windows down so you can hear this, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. Alright, so enough of the sound. Let's talk about the handling in this car. Now, I'm on a back road here, and that's what these things are all about, is the back roads, really. These are fast, but they handle so well. That's their focus. Up another little hill here, and it's thrilling, extremely thrilling. Oh man, it's a lot of fun. But this car handles well. The steering is a little heavy in this straightforward position, so you kind of have to give it a little bit of an effort to kind of get it to turn. Once it turns, then it loosens up a little bit, but it's very heavy on center. You're sitting up high in this car, and you have this big hood scoop kind of obstructing your lower vision a little bit, but it's kind of funny to just have this huge thing dangling on top of the hood here. And but yeah, you sit up high, and like I said, these seats don't grab you a whole lot, so you know, this car, you don't have as much confidence going into a corner as you would in like the BRZ or some sports car that's really low slung. But this car will surprise you with how well it handles, even though it sits up high and looks like an economy car. Coming up to another corner here. It's hilarious having all these sounds. It's great. I mean, some people might think this is immature. The heck with them. I don't care. It's funny. It's fun. I mean, I love it. So, yeah, you know, this is one of those cars that will really wow you in the test drive. You know, when you first hop in one of these, you'll immediately fall in love. Most people will, at least. But I want to tell you guys what it's like to drive one for a few hours and really get a good feel for what this is like. Does the ride get tiring? Do the noises get annoying? You know, all that kind of stuff. So I want to drive this car for a few more hours and give you a better idea of what it's like to actually live with an STi. This motor, it's really somewhat bland. I mean, it isn't as bad as the WRX with its 2-liter motor. This 2.5-liter has a good amount of torque down low to get you through traffic. It's not like an S2000 or something like that, but whenever, you know, you really let it sing a little bit, get it over 4 grand, it really kicks in, man. It's crazy. So yeah, it's just that adds to the experience. A lot of people think turbo lag's annoying. I actually think it adds drama and excitement because it's nothing, nothing, nothing. Hello, there's the power. It's fun. So yeah, like I said, I'll drive this car for a little while longer here and give you a better impression of what it's like to drive over a long period of time. So I've been driving this car now for the whole afternoon and gotten a better feel for it. I've actually never driven an STi for more than a test drive, so this is interesting to be driving one for a while. The ride is a little bouncy, and that might be because of the lowering springs, I'm not sure, but the ride isn't extremely smooth, you know, but it's better than some other cars I've been in. It's not bad, it's bearable for sure. But whenever I'm changing lanes in this car, you know, it doesn't feel as sharp. I mean, the BRZ is what I always compare everything to, but even compared to the other cars I've driven throughout all my times reviewing, this is probably the least responsive steering wheel of the bunch. It takes a lot more effort than you would think it would need to take to, you know, change lanes and change direction and things like that. But otherwise, I mean, everything's great. The pedal feel is great. I mean, you have old school throttle, you know, you have old school brakes, no drive-by-wire, none of that stuff. Good old-fashioned hydraulic steering, so everything feels very mechanical, and it's good the way everything is laid out in here. I did have a chance to play around with the radio. It's kind of hollow sounding. Obviously, you can just swap out the speakers, put an amp in it, whatever, and make it sound better. But the way it is from the factory, it's not impressive. But I mean, it plays music. So, I mean, this is a bare bones car. That's what I kept being reminded of. I mean, yes, it's fast. It's very fast. When these turbos spool up, I don't know what kind of tune this guy had on this car, but when it spools up, I mean, it pulls hard. It's fast, but it's not refined, you know? But I mean, most people expect that out of an STi, and so this isn't a downfall. It's just, it is. That's the way it is. It's an STi. It's going to be crude, bare bones, rough, you know? This isn't a luxury car. So, that's something that, you know, it does take a little getting used to if you're used to driving a luxurious car like I am. You know, with all the Legacy. I drove the Legacy for 5 years and really loved that because it had the turbo and all that fun stuff, but it was still luxurious and refined at the same time. The BRZ is actually more refined than this car too. When you have that sound, I mean, how can you complain? So, yeah, you know, this is definitely a car that you have to have a high tolerance for sound if you want to put, you know, all these aftermarket stuff on it. I mean, this is obnoxiously loud boy racer, bright blue with a huge wing, huge scoop. Hello, everybody, look at me. That's what this car is about. That's the way it sounds. That's the way it drives. It's just, it's in your face. It's just loud and it doesn't care. That's the way this car is. So if you don't have that kind of personality, you might not gel with this car very well. It's not refined. You know, the throttle response is good, but that turbo lag, it kind of, you know, ruins the experience. It's not as smooth. This isn't, you know, razor sharp in any means. This is kind of, you point, you shoot, and it gets you there because of the all-wheel drive and the, you know, all the stuff that this car has going for it with the great suspension, great handling and all that. But this isn't a precise car by any means. And like I said, you sit a little higher up, so this is a more ordinary driving experience. You don't feel like you're sitting in a sports car. It's not low slung or aggressive. I mean, the bright side about that is you have great visibility, way better visibility than I have in the BRZ or any other sports cars. I mean, you have nice tall windows, good view out. The hood overhang, aside from the hood scoop, is really short, so you see exactly where you're at in your lane. You look over your shoulder, you can see perfectly out of the rear window, so you never have any blind spots. And with my height, the way the seating position is for me, the spoiler doesn't get in my way. I kind of look right in between the upper and lower part of the spoiler, and it's fine. So, I mean, this is a very livable car. I could daily drive this, no problem, no complaints, because I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to ride and, you know, compliance and just overall driving experience. I would daily drive a Lotus Elise myself, so I mean, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. But if you're someone that wants something more luxurious, then maybe you should be looking at a used S4 or something like that. That still is powerful, still is fun, and still is relatively cheap, reliable, has all-wheel drive, but is a little more refined than this. But I mean, this is definitely perfectly fine for the average Joe. I don't have any complaints at all. I really love this car. I mean, of course, I'm a Subaru WRX fan. I still am. I always will be. And so yeah, I appreciate you guys watching the review. I appreciate Harrison Auto Sales for hooking me up with this car to drive today. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.